Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Photographic Collective podcast. My name is Miles Whitboyer, and y'all, I am so excited that you've dropped in today. You guys, the purpose of this podcast is three things. We want to help you level up your photography. We want to help you strengthen your brand and your client experience, and we want to help you succeed as a creative. And as we dig into this, we put a question out a few days ago on Instagram, just asking what some topics were that you would like to hear us dig into. And an overwhelming number of responses came in about the idea of storytelling. And so we're going to start a series over the next several episodes, culminating with me bringing in a couple of friends to talk a little bit more about storytelling. And we're going to talk about different things such as how to break down the elements of a good story and what that looks like from a photography perspective, how to use images to capture both cause and effect of a moment and a day in general, dynamic moments and lighting changes, color changes, how to create consistency, and then using cinematic color to help drive a story forward. But today is all about perspective. In fact, I'm a big believer that you actually can't tell a story well unless you have a really clear perspective on it. And so I want to challenge you guys to think through something just briefly. Realize that every photographer, every artist in history has strived to tell somebody else's story, but has had to do it through a third-person lens. In fact, the moment you pick up a camera, what you're doing inherently is capturing your perspective of somebody else's memories. The reason that's powerful to understand is by empowering ourselves to be more empathetic, to be more engaged in the stories of the people around us, we're better capable of actually telling those stories. But we have to realize that it's always going to be through our eye. It's always going to be through our experience, our bias, our creative ability, our technical know-how. So before we can really dig in to understand how to better tell a story, we have to better our perspective. And here's three quick tips that will help you get a clear concept of where your perspective is and different ways that you can increase and get closer to the subjects in front of you. First things first, you've got to be a better human. What I mean by that is really simple. I want you to be more connected to the people that are asking you to be in their memories. Whether you're a documentary photographer on location, whether you're a studio photographer, a family photographer, a wedding photographer like me, you have to just be a better human. You have to connect and you have to care. And the moment that you do those things, you're so much more aware of the experiences of the people that are going through things on the other side of your lens. Number two, you've got to get closer. Those days of having the long 7200 and sitting back by the wall, those are over. And the reason that they're over is because everything feels too detached from that far away. In fact, if you want to tell a first-person story, you have to be at arm's length away from the people that are living those moments. So put on a short lens, get to know your subjects, and get your hands dirty. Get involved. The truth of the matter is that the shorter the lens, the more honest the story is going to become. Get close. Tip number three, provoke but don't prescribe. Guys, we have to encourage our subjects to be present over perfect every time. Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook has created this epidemic of vanity that photographers are only making worse. We have to encourage our subjects to want more out of their photos, more out of their memories than simply perfect. In fact, as a photographer, perfect should be easy for us. Present should be the challenge. I want you to provoke emotion. I want you to get engaged. I want you to encourage people to feel and experience and be excited or sad or completely caught up in a moment, but never prescribe those treatments to them. In fact, if all else fails, just get at arm's length and be quiet enough that you can actually see and feel and experience right alongside them. You guys, my name is Miles Whitboyer, and this has been the Photographic Collective podcast. These are short, quick hitters. The entire purpose of this podcast is to get you in and out, help you provoke a few new thoughts throughout the day, and get you back to work. If you're enjoying this, you know what? It'd mean a lot to me if you would reach out. Just find me in the DMs, whether it's on Instagram at Miles Whit Boyer, on Facebook, via our website, or just as a comment on this podcast page. Every little communication matters so much to us. And guys, we're going to get better and better at this as we go. But I'm grateful that you're here early on and looking forward to talking to so many of you guys soon. Have a great day.